Hello, I'm Evan Brand, certified functional medicine practitioner. I'm talking with you this morning about various biomarkers that show up on an organic acids test. Now, many of you have probably heard about leaky gut, also known as intestinal permeability. This is caused from various things, such as stress. Now, when you say stress, that could mean intestinal stress. In the instance of what I'm going to show you here, this could mean environmental stress, so this could be toxins that are coming from your environment, maybe skincare products that have phthalates and parabens and various synthetic fragrances on them. That can contribute to this condition. Emotional stress, food stress, so eating things that you shouldn't, wheat, dairy, corn, peanuts, soy, things that can disrupt your normal microbiome in your gut, that can all contribute to what's called leaky gut, where if you take your fingers, you interlace them, you pull them apart, and now you have these holes, you have these little spaces. Now things can get into the bloodstream where they normally shouldn't be able to. Many people ask, well, what happens first? Do you get infections and then that weakens the gut? Does the gut weaken and then the infections come? My take on this whole thing is that the gut gets weak first and then the infections follow. So let's take a look here at an organic acid test result. This is a 49-year-old female. So if we look here at the top, number 2, starting with this 5-hydroxymethyl-2-feroic acid. So anything greater than 14 I'm concerned about, because that tells me that there's some type of fungal overgrowth in the gut. So we're at 231. This is just off the charts. Now let's look at these others here. We got number 4 and 5 as well. These furan markers, these are also relatively high. Anything over 1.9 here, we're at a 19. So this is a major fungal overgrowth. Then we look down at number 6, number 7, tartaric, arabinose. These are 2 different organic acids that are tied in with candida. Anything above 29, we're at 127. Anything above 4.5, we're at 253. So just in the first 12 seconds of me looking at this organic acids, I can already see that this female has an insane amount of fungus overgrowing in the gut and also candida problems. So let's keep scrolling down. I'm going to show you how this actually affects you. Well, look at this. Another flagged organic acid high here, this 4-hydroxyphenylacetic acid. So this is a Clostridia marker. So she has a Clostridia infection too. Here's the various categories of. So this is possibly C. difficile, which if we look down here, it looks like it's fine. But it's some type of Clostridia bacteria overgrowth as well. So multiple things, fungal, bacteria, and yeast at the same time. Now let me show you what this actually does. Look at this mitochondrial markers. These are just off the charts. You see how these are so high? Look over here. Look on the right side of this page here. So fumaric, malic acid, 2-oxoglutaric, aconitinic acid, all of these are elevated. So this person, she is not making energy at all. So whether it was the fact that she has these fungal bacterial overgrowths, now she's not able to digest any of her nutrients, I suspect when we get to the bottom of this, we'll look at the amino acids and it's going to be tanked out. There's going to be nothing there. So this person definitely needs some mitochondrial support. So whether that's using some CoQ10, whether that's using some ribose, some other mitochondrial energy support, some PQQ, which is something I like to use, she needs help bad. Look here at some more amino acid metabolites for mitochondria. 3-methylglutaric acid, hydroxyglutaric acid, once again, just relatively high compared to what I see most of the time. We got some messed up neurotransmitter markers here. Insane amount of inflammation in the gut here. Take a look at this, 39 quinolinic 5-HIAA ratio. Look at this, 7.5. So that's excessive inflammation in the gut right there. So this person is going to have issues with mood, instability, just not feeling like herself. Some ketone fatty acid markers messed up here. Very low vitamin C. So this person likely has a lot of adrenal stress too. You see this ascorbic acid measure just tanked out, not even registering 1. Let's go to the bottom here and see if I'm spot on. So look here, we got some glutathione issues. Wow, this is very high, 29. So 2-hydroxybutyric acid. This is an an organic acid rather, that when this is high, you know that there's going to be a deficiency of glutathione. Glutathione being your master detoxification hormone. So she's got some detox issues as well, mitochondrial issues, yeast, fungal issues. Now here's what I was guessing, and I was right. Take a look at these amino acids here. Look at this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 amino acids are completely bottomed out. We're talking 0.0. So she's not digesting her food. She's not breaking down her food into proteins. And if you can't take your food and break that down into proteins, then those proteins are not going to get broken down into amino acids. Those amino acids are not going to produce neurotransmitters. Your brain chemicals are going to lack. You're not going to feel right. So then we see some amino acids that are flagged high here as well. So just basically a total wreck overall. And this is probably one of the most flagged organics that I've seen in probably a year and a half. So in terms of what we would do about this, we have to we have to look at the adrenals as well. So that's not the goal of this video. This is specifically for the organics, but what we would need to do next is take a look at the adrenal test results, see what's going on there. I would assume there's some adrenal issues. How could there not be? There's extreme mitochondrial issues, a lot of yeast, fungal, bacterial overgrowth problems. This person's not getting any energy from their food at all. So we would look at the adrenals, see what's going on there, likely bring in some adrenal support. And then in terms of knocking this stuff out, we need to use sort of a broad spectrum approach. So we want to use some natural antifungals, some natural antibiotics, natural antimicrobials, however you want to call those. So whether that's like caprylic acid or some other type of natural anti-yeast, oregano, things like that, knocking these out together is the best way to do it. And then obviously we need to look at the stool test too and see if there's any parasites there, because it's definitely probable with all of this going on. How could there be yeast / fungus overgrowth, potentially mold exposure, bacterial issues as well, candida, and not a parasite? I would be more surprised if there was not one than if there is. So this is Evan Brand signing out, and I'm sure you've been curious, what does leaky gut lead to? What does it cause? Well, this is some of the potential when that gut is not sealed and you do not have what's considered a healthy level of permeability, which is not much, just enough to let things that need to get through. Anything more than that, and you're getting exposed to these things, and they're going to make a home in your gut, and they're going to stay there until you kick them out. So this is Evan Brand signing out. If you'd like to schedule a 15-minute free call with myself to talk about your health symptoms, your health goals, get some of these labs run on yourself, see what's going on, then you can do that by clicking on screen or clicking below. I'll talk with you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.